Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion approved. Is approved. First up, Heather Hill.
Good afternoon or good evening. The first item would authorize our office to make application to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development for the 2023 grant assistance for homeless management information system. And it also will allow us to submit the collaborative application for our local continuum of care.
So that's two, is that two things? Or
It's just
left-
one,
up to one?
it's one big application.
So the 42 is you, and I match is 25%? Okay. Mr. Linnell, I so move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution approved. Thank you, Heather. Lead program, Chip.
Good evening, everybody. I'm gonna throw out some numbers, so it's gonna get confusing, but the main reason I'm here is we've gotten prices back from contractors on 16 houses.
Okay.
And 2 of them was over $20,000. And it's over $20,000, we had to get permission from HUD to call it a high-cost unit and do the abatement on it.
Right.
We're not asking for any more money or anything like that, and HUD approved it. But in our policy and procedures plan, it says that before we proceed with the high-cost unit, we tell you all about it. We tell the committee about it. So that's the main reason why I'm here.
So let me ask you a question. What made it go over?
Windows. These
Okay.
2 houses are getting windows, and windows before COVID was about $600 or $700, and now like $1,200 a piece.
Right, no doubt.
So, and everything's gone expensive. Just with,
That's probably,
I don't see issue with
I mean, I got a price back on one house, and this house is not in, but it was $45,000 just to paint the outside of the house.
oh, wow.
It didn't cost that much to paint the outside of the house. But
Really?
that's what the lead contractor.
How much?
$45,000 to
For the
paint
outside?
the outside of a house.
Gosh.
About a 3,000 square foot house. So.
who's the contractor.
Well, he's a lead
Need to be
abatement
me.
contractor. That's why, and he's the only one that responded to our request.
Right, you can,
How do homes get involved in the abatement program?
Well, what they would have to apply for the program. And we talked about this. We put out flyers, we put some stuff in the water bills. We've tried to do some marketing. We need to do more marketing. So far, since the program's about 3 years old, I've had about 300 applications. And we've had about 87 homes that have been approved.
oh, yeah.
And then we've actually tested about 86 of those homes, and 20 of those did not have any lead.
Okay.
So we're really sitting at a little bit over 60. Of the 60, 28, we've already got the environmentals completed on those, so those are ready to, well, 16 of the 28, we've already got prices from contractors and we're ready to go. They're ready to get the contractors
I know
going.
people took
Okay.
advantage of it. And
10 more that are ready to get the contractors to give us prices on. And I've got about 30, 35 that's in the process of, they're being tested, we're waiting on the results.
And so after those 30 get tested, will they be put on a listing?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And so by Christmas, we should be at 60 houses abated, lead hazards taken out. And that'll be about half, we're shooting for 125.
Yeah. Can you give me a breakdown of like where these homes are?
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
community?
yes.
Okay.
And
You can
we've
just
got them by
email-
district too.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
all over district. So
In y'all's district.
I have a few people in my district that took advantage
Oh,
of it.
really?
Looking good, so I
But-
appreciate
Okay.
it.
The main thing is, once we start getting the homes and doing the work and everything like that, I'm gonna need y'all's help in promoting this in the community and
Right.
getting the neighbors to, sign up for programs, because we're gonna need probably about another 300 applicants,
Right.
for
Okay.
Christmas and, then.
Yeah,
then
that's what we
keep
need.
rolling.
Yeah.
Well, he gave us good information. I definitely shared it the last time. I think
Yeah,
it was
it's your event.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty excited about getting into the homes and getting the work done.
Sure.
And,
And-
So this is just a discussion. We don't need to vote on this.
No, I was informing y'all about the 2 high-cost units, just because that was part of the
But we're fine with that.
policy. and procedures.
I know we're fine with that, right?
Yeah.
So thanks.
That's a good.
Any questions?
Any other questions?
no, man, listen, I like this program. I think this is great. And whatever we need to do to make sure that our constituents receive the adequate, help, we want to do that so that you got these 30, but we need to have, like you just said, 300 more.
I need
Get the
3
reps.
more applicants in order to generate another 60 houses
Right,
for us to
right.
get into.
And they need to be homeowners, right?
Yeah, well, no, a lot of these are renters. I mean, a lot of
wow.
these are, and the way the renters work is that if the income, there doesn't have to be a child in the home for rental, but the income's half of what it is for a homeowner, which makes it about $25,000. And you're not gonna find many people that's renting houses that are below that. Some Section 8 housing, but what we've really found is we've got a lot of renters out here that, a lot of homeowners or landlords that have homes that they're fixing up and they're not ready to rent yet, so they're considered vacant, and we can do vacant units. So a lot of our units are vacant units that are being fixed up. We're gonna get the lead out of them, and so those will be lead-safe houses.
Which
that
is
we
gonna
can
help
live in.
decrease the need,
The
increase homes, having people have somewhere to stay.
Lead-safe housing is our
Yeah.
big goal. Is to
That's
get,
good. All right, thank you, man.
thank y'all.
Thank you, man. Next up, agenda item number 3. Hope Initiative Summer Job Program, Dr. Karen Thompson Jackson, and Ms. Morgan. Said Miss, you get that doctor on there.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Here to bring you with a great update. We close out our program and we want to just say thank you. We've got one of our coaches here and the participant, and Ms. Sharon Morgan does not want to get up and speak, so we're going to let her sit on over there, even though her name is on the screen. But we really did a great job this year. We think the participants were really engaged. What we had, we were able to take them to UAB. Miles College was not able to make arrangements, so we everybody's into STEM, so we decided to let them see nursing. A lot of students are going into nursing and they want to do anything that's related in the healthcare field. So UAB rolled out the welcome mat. The students did that. If you've ever been to the Pizitz Food Plaza in Birmingham, it is really unique. And so the students were able to go in to see something different. How if you owned your own small restaurant, you can coexist with other restaurants.
Really?
And so they were able to see that and envision that if this is an entrepreneurship that you would like to, do, that's an opportunity. Then on Friday, July the 28th, we were able to do, Regency Bank came and did a complete financial literacy workshop. Some of the main questions which always amazed me were a lot of our students still do not understand debit cards. They do not understand going to Walmart, paying that 6% to cash their checks when they can go to a bank.
Mm-hmm.
So they had really great questions and they were able to ask those questions. We had the superintendent to come in. We also had the high school principals to come in to talk to them about what a successful year would be. We left off, we had your very own Reverend Matthew Wilson to come in at that point as his councilman. I don't know which hat he was wearing, the alpha hat.
I wear them all here.
He was wearing them all on that particular day. So we also had the fraternity to come in and show the students how to tie a tie. And we did that last year and that was really successful, and it was even more engaging this year because the students really did perk up. Mm-hmm. You would think something is so simple as tying a tie is just tying a tie. But from the community side, to have the males come in and really unite with the young men, that tells a whole different story, and it energized both sets.
Right.
So we had a overwhelming support, and the men also brought ties. It was suggested to me that next year we teach the young ladies how to, if we got the grant, how to do scarves. Because even the young ladies are learning how to tie ties, because I can't figure out what to do for the young ladies. But they say, well, why don't you do scarves? And I was like, yeah, we could, So that was a great engagement on both sides. That was really neat. And then we had our graduation, which we did at Stillman, which it was sitting room only. There was no room. The parents came out. They supported their students. They liked to see them, do educational opportunities. And it is just really rewarding sometimes to be on a different side of the track to see our students really engage and do something that's meaningful to them. So I'm gonna let Terrence introduce.
Before they come,
Mm-hmm.
On the other week, I think it was last week, we had a presentation from Murphy African Museum, and we were talking about. I think it was Councilor Busby made the connection that they had a need, and their need was workers. And Councilor Busby said, well, why don't you partner up with, the summer jobs program for the summer which would help decrease their paying out. And so if need be, you know, you get this next year again, we want to continue to expand the program. We want to continue to expand it in a way that it's going to be fruitful and beneficial to our community. And I just want to put that on your mind as it relates to places. And it will give the young people opportunity to learn about the heritage and their history. Just like when you talk about tying the ties, I've been trying to get Scott Holmes to teach me how to tie a bow tie. I have a bow tie in my office in there because I wanted to learn. Cassius said I should have been something else, but I am, you know, that straight ties. But I think that's great because it invigorates and it shows they feel different, they look different. When they're able to do that. So I want to thank you and ask. You know, when you said they went to the Bazits, did I say that right? Food hall. How did you come up with that particular idea?
Because there are a lot of small entrepreneurs inside of that food hall. And so
I never been.
it's different. It's different. It's one of those business incubators where you've got a lot of people sharing space, and it works. It was the old Pazitz building when I was a kid. I'm only 56 years old, but I can go back to Pazitz. And so they've got several businesses in there, and they're coexisting together. So it's like a food court, but where you've just taken an old building and you've made something work. So it's really a neat idea, and to show people that have a different type of vision that we can coexist together, we can work together. They're taking out the trash, so they have like a common area. It's the same concept as a food court, but just a little different. And so it obviously works. Of course, they have tenants on the upstairs. It's lost it's in front of the museum. So just a different concept.
I hope that our student who's going to share with us something that she gleaned from that experience. Cause I've never been.
And I will add two other things I think I've shared with you just in brief conversation, and I backtracked and gone back. We had a gentleman that was walking home from the program who was, they attempted to rob him. He was going to work in our summer program, and they attempted to rob him. And from that day forward, his mom allowed him to use the car. But he was able to communicate that with his job coach. He was able to handle the situation without any violence or guns. And that's what we want our students to be able to do, that if you're confronted, have conversations. We're hoping we're instilling upon you a different way of thinking. It takes a minute to get our babies to where we want them to be. Everybody's not as, on the same mental thinking, but we're helping to instill that guns are not the answer. Let's do something productive in the summer. They get up, they go to work. It's challenging because some don't have soft skills. I will admit that, but that was the purpose of this program in the beginning, is to work with them on the soft skills. So I'm grateful that we've got a great team that goes out and goes above and beyond to make sure they get to work, to talk to parents.
That's and I want to kind of piggyback off there because you're changing their culture, their life for these, let's say 8 weeks, and hopefully giving them the tools that they need to coexist. What can we do as a city to help even more?
To be honest, if you're putting this grant out, maybe a 2-week more earlier lead so that we can line up different agencies that want to participate. Because it's hard to put this together because you don't know. So you asking people hypothetically, will you work with me, not knowing, and just need a little bit earlier lead time. If we can get this out the gate a little bit earlier, so then we can plan some more activities. We did last year Montgomery, so this year we did the civil rights tour, just so we can expose them to 1 or 2 more things, but you just need a little bit more planning time.
So When is that normally done? I mean, when do you, what is the current time?
I think we get it like the second week or third week.
Second or third week of June.
So Heather, is there any way that could go out any sooner?
Just a little bit so that if we were selected, we just want to have time to, like, we had to get with the bus system, the charter buses, because we don't ride them on anything. We take them on a nice bus. Needs to be air conditioned. They need to see and feel something. And so you just need to, we want to plan one or two more. Like, there's a civil rights tour around here we would love to take them to. So just a couple of more activities. We just need at least a 2-week buffer, or anybody that receives the grant. We need just a little more planning time so you can plan some activities. That would be the only thing. I mean, y'all have done a yeoman's job at going up on the amount that the students receive. That makes a huge difference. And so right now it just needs to be whomever is receiving the grant, just a little bit more prep time so we can add some more activities in it. And then we're covering the cost of these activities, so it would give us a chance to fundraise to pay for these activities. Right. That's all.
And that's, you know, I can only speak for me. I hope the other councilmen would agree. We wanna make this program a pilot as it started, and make it a flagship for what, you know, we do. And I love what y'all have done with this in the last couple of years. Thank you.
Good afternoon, evening, whichever one it is. I'm Terrence Page, one of the job coaches from Temporary Emergency Services. My second year as a job coach. This year, you know, better than last year. And the reason I say it is because, you know, this year I was able to lean on some of those students that we had from last year, the returners, that, you know what, I'm going to delegate some duties down to you. And, you know, you take the initiative to make sure people that's working in your areas, make sure that they're at work on time. You know, make sure they're doing the right thing as well. And so I enjoyed it even more this year than I did last year. And just like Dr. Jack saying, you know, this is something that, you know, we all want to still continue to build on. Mm-hmm. And enhance and improve that footprint. Right. You know, I introduced Amara Caruth. She's a student in the program. She's a high school graduate, and, you know, she's one of those students that, you know, had 2 jobs. She did the whole program, then she had her other job that she went to. And so, without further ado, Mara.
All right.
Good afternoon. Again, I'm Amara Caruth. I'm a second-year student with the Hope Initiative program. My first year, it was awesome. We had fun. We went on trips, and not only those trips that we went on, they were a learning experience. And I feel like that was the best part, being able to get out of the office. We were still able to get a learning experience with the trips. This program, I hope it lasts forever, because it was such a great opportunity for young teens who want to get work experience. And working at Temporary Emergency Service helped me to see life challenges and want to grow to help others. This program has helped me to be organized, having manners, people skills, and professionalism. At the end of the summer, we went on trips that were dedicated to Black history and college, which all played a big role into my life, which is why I will be attending Shelton State this year. Right. The Black History Museum gave me a chance to take in how life used to be and how far we've come as a people. We were also able to visit another museum where we were able to talk to prisoners. We would pick up a phone as if we were actually talking to them, and they gave us their story of why they were in prison and how it's changed their life.
Oh, wow. Huge.
Temporary Emergency Service has many lovely people, as you can see here. They make the experience so much better. Every day I get a laugh. There's never a dull moment, no matter what's going on. I always laugh with them. It's always a great time. And there's lots of teamwork, and I see that more and more every day as I go. And I just want to say a big thank you to all of you.
Thank you.
Proud of you. You talked about your people skills. So how did this job enhance your people? What were your people skills before, and what are they now? Since you had 2 jobs, what was the difference in the 2?
Well, my first job I've ever had was Guthrie, so you know how fast food can be. And so, you know, with different people coming in, you never know what you'll get from messing up somebody's food and you didn't know, to them coming in, you may get cussed out, you never know. And so with temporary emergency service, it was kind of different because you may have someone that's already, you may be having a bad day and they are too, but they're coming because they need the assistance or the help. So you have to be patient and just be like very calm with them because you never know what you'll get. And between the phone ringing all the time and people coming in, the doors ringing, it's just like, it can be hectic sometimes. And so you have to just be very calm in there, in the environment.
So you learn how to multitask.
Multitask very much, yeah.
And when you saw people come,
I love a question, Matthew.
I
I love one.
Because
you gotta be interested.
Because I'm gonna let you get one because you're the chair.
Yeah, because this one, I'm about to do this.
When you saw people who came in with issues and you probably had a bad day, how did that affect you in doing your job?
Many people that come in, they're homeless. So it made me feel like, okay, if I'm having a bad day, I need to look at my situation as a small situation because these people are grown. I'm just a child. These are grown-ups who have bigger and way major problems than me. And so it made me look at certain situations I was in and not to stress myself out about it because I do have somewhere to stay or I do have a good support system because a lot of people you see that they don't have any support.
I just want to know what you're majoring in.
I want to be an esthetician and do business.
It sounds like me though, you have some social worker skills in you.
My mama.
That's
my mama.
Okay, yeah, I can hear that too. But I just want to commend you speaking so well and then just being so transparent. It looked like you developed a passion to help people. So I mean, don't limit yourself to one thing. I can see that, and I know why you developed that because the team. I want to say a bunch about just a little about the team. I mean, because a bunch has been spoken. He just you won't share the mic. No, but he says made some good points. But I'm just saying, I think Dr. Jackson has an awesome team, and I can see, the characteristics coming out through you because I know Terrence is a retired military vet, and he's being bashful, but he didn't just start his work either. I did community service from 2010 on through my community, nonprofit community union. I don't care if Terrence is overseas or stationed in VA, wherever he was. We have bike programs. We give away bikes. If he can't make it, it's bikes shipped through the mail. Or go pick them up. Here's the money for let's get the bikes to the kids, backpack, whatever it was. So I think he always had a passion for this, and so I think Dr. Jackson did well by forming a team like that who have a passion for people, and I see it in you too. So I just want to congratulate the entire team and tell you I love this program. I love what you do for the entire community. I know it's available for the entire community, but whoever takes advantage of it, that's up to them. And so I'm really down and supporting this.
While y'all were at the United Way, saw many of y'all today.
Yes.
We were able, because we're a United Way recipient, we need to be there. Guess who was running the office?
No, I can believe. we all can believe it.
So
she got it down.
That's part of what I promised to Miss Heather Hill over here, is that when individuals that are homeless are coming through that door, the office is still open.
Right.
So people can still take a shower.
Sure.
We can go do what we have to do.
Right.
So we, this is part of what your rewards are going to.
Yeah,
to train up
create
the
leaders.
next set.
Great leader. So that's all I want to say. I appreciate you guys, and I think the program will always get support from Tuscaloosa City because I believe we believe in this program. And so that's all I got to say. Thank you guys.
Thank y'all. Thank you.
They awesome. I think that's it for today. Unless we have any more questions or comments.
Great meeting.
Thank you, sir. That'll be it. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second. Motion passed. We out.